Well, here I go, everybody. It is a sunny December 16th. Have an appointment with my doctor today. Yes, I'm driving and have my phone set up on my dashboard. So, if I'm looking away while I'm videoing, it's because I need to be driving. But anyway, I've been on carnivore diet with my husband Bart for 6 weeks. Today is the start of week number 7. Now, he has lost 30 pounds. I've lost 19 pounds. It seems like we're both at a little bit of stall after 6 weeks for the last few days because we've been losing a pound or so just every day or two. But that's okay. You can't look at the stall. We got to look at all the gains we've made. I am going to discuss the differences in my blood work with my doctor. My cholesterol has went from when I went in February. My cholesterol was 229. I did start taking krill oil and it went down to 194 in June. Now, it's 168 in 6 weeks from starting that diet. How amazing is that? You can't tell me the carnivore diet does not work. My triglycerides were 281 in February. My triglycerides are 120. I have a lot of heart disease in my family, and I was really worried about the triglycerides. But you know what? Eating carnivore, I was scared to death it was going to be much worse. But it's not. It's not. It has gotten better, and I am so excited and so relieved. Now, my LDL cholesterol was 147. Got to make my turn here safely to the right. Now my LDL cholesterol is still high by some standards, which say it should be under 100. But when I have looked at LabCorp, plus and minus, low and high amounts, it's 100 to 149. Well, guys, I'm at 111. So to me, my LDL cholesterol is not what you would call high anymore. If it is, it's a little high. But I'm still working on it, still doing carnivore. Last but not least, that good cholesterol was 41. So it was good. It was barely good. It went down from that February mark down to 39. So it went down a little bit from February to June. Now it has went down on carnivore diet. It has went down from the 41 in June. Now it's only 35. That's considered low. And you know what? I've been doing some research. My husband and I are almost carnivore. Most of what we eat is meat. Got to take a look at what's coming. Nothing. All right, so Karen, you should not be doing this when you're driving. You're trying to get healthier. Stop it. But anyhow, we eat all meat, eggs, butter, bacon grease, bacon. The meat consists of chicken, fish, a lot of fatty steaks, pork chops, some hot dogs that have no or maybe one carb or sugar, which is not that bad. I think on keto you're allowed 20 a day, but with this carnivore we're trying to do as absolute zero carbs as we can. But we also realize you need a little bit, I think, to keep your body from getting too excited on you. Now, so that was my lipid panel. The LDL has went down. I forget what it was to begin with because I'm not used to seeing that number. But it's 22 right now. My vitamin D gets low. In February, it was 26.3, I think. 26, anyway. It went up a little bit because I had been on vitamin D vitamins in June. My vitamin D now is above 40, which is totally awesome. Looks like I need to pay attention and pull in here at the doctor's office. And yeah, catch you guys later. We're still on our journey. Carnivore. Art and Karen, we're almost carnivore. Well, everybody, it's a little bit later. I've been to my doctor's appointment and I've gotten back home. And I just have to say, my doctor was excited to see all the differences in my blood work. She said everything has went down, of course, which I know it had. She said she was amazed and very excited and happy for me and hoped that I was excited for myself. I was like, yes, I'm very excited. My blood pressure was 109/69. And she made me stand up and sit down because she was afraid that maybe, sorry, I'm wiggling my camera around a little bit. She was afraid that maybe I was getting dizzy on standing up or sitting down, especially standing up, because my blood pressure was 109/69. She also said, that's great. If your blood pressure stays down like that, you may be able to get off of your blood pressure medicine. And I was like, that's my goal. That's exactly what I want to do. I'd love to get off of it. So she wrote down, of course, 120/80. And she says, if you keep checking your blood pressure and it continually stays under this, you go ahead and stop taking the amlodipine. Go ahead and take the losartan HCTZ for a while. And I want to recheck your blood work in 4 to 6 months. I don't really need to see you for a year because everything is in line. She was still a little bit concerned because numbers on the testing that indicates you may have a celiac disease, which I've been tested for and don't, are a little high. She said that could be because of an autoimmune disorder, and which I said, isn't rosacea considered autoimmune? And she said, oh yes, it definitely is. And I asked her about arthritis. Could that be it? And she said arthritis is usually evaluated just by physical checkup, and she didn't think that was it. But I do, according to what she's seen, she thinks I have a gluten intolerance, but guess what? The meat diet should take care of that too. So, very good report. I've never seen a doctor's eyes light up and be excited like I'm looking right now by getting results of tests they had done for me. It's usually just, well, yeah, that's okay, or we need to work on that. But she was super excited, wanting to know what I had done. So I told her that my husband and I did a 90-day challenge starting the 4th day of November for the carnivore diet, and that we were eating no sugar, no flour, no sweeties, no vegetables. And she's like, no vegetables at all. So I was like, well, I use a little bit of pepper or onion every now and then, fresh vegetable, to season my steak. And she said I needed to incorporate fish. And I was like, well, I've been eating mackerel, tuna, mahi, and salmon. And she was, oh, that's great. So you're doing all meat. Don't be doing the processed food. And I'm like, well, I don't eat cold cuts. I do eat, bacon. I have what seems like a treat to me. I don't know why it seems like I'm giving myself a treat, but I'll fix myself a hot dog occasionally, not every day, not even every week, but I'll fix myself a hot dog. Nathan's brand. I like that because of the amount of carbs and sugar, very little it has in it to notice. And I will dip it in a little bit of, guess what, fat-free sugar and mustard, so I'm not getting any sugar or carbs in my guilty hot dog snack. She asked me about soda, and I said, I've drank soda my whole life, and I don't want to feel like I'm totally depriving myself, but yes, sometimes I do have a diet soda. That's why I'm almost carnivore instead of not completely what people are calling carnivore, and Bart does the same. We try to stick to tea, unsweet tea, or coffee. I have a little stevia in mine sometimes. He usually doesn't. But I just don't enjoy the bitterness of coffee unless I can put me a little bit of stevia in it and half, enough to knock the edge off. I have 1 cup a day usually, 2 usually makes me jittery. So not getting that much extra in there by having my little, I guess what some people on carnivore diet would consider cheats. But that's why my husband and I are considering ourselves almost carnivore. She did say my BMI has come down. She didn't tell me by how much. It doesn't matter. I know it's coming down. She said, of course, all my lipid panel was down to normal or below. My blood pressure is down to below what is considered average normal, 120 over 80. 109 over 69, a little bit low. If I find my blood pressure, I feel like it's getting a little bit too low, I'll just grab me something to drink or a little snack, or I do a Powerade every now and then. I know it's got a lot of potassium, magnesium, zinc, some of the vitamin Bs. I only drink the 0 sugar ones, not the regular Powerades. They're a little bit harder to find, but worth it because some of the electrolyte water or the powdered mixes that I've put in my water, it tastes really, really, really salty to me because I've spent a lot of years limiting my salt intake, trying to get my lipid panel better and my heart health better. Now I'm eating salt and it doesn't seem to be bothering me. I still probably don't eat as much as most people. I salt my food a little bit, and Bart usually salts his more. But I am super excited. I even told my doctor I was terrified to open my email with my blood work results in it last week because I felt like it was going to be off the roof. I'd even told Bart, oh man, here I am eating all this meat. I'm going to throw myself right into a heart attack or a stroke because look at all this family history I have. And when I opened that and seen all the numbers were down in line, I was just truly, I would say shocked, amazed, and so excited. But going to continue this journey. Bart and I hope to be editing some videos we've taken. I have a few little recipes that I've done, especially to help us get through this meat-only diet. When I've tried to make spaghetti sauce or enough chili sauce to make us some chili dogs without any beans, just meat over some Nathan's hot dogs. I have used all sugar-free and very, very low carb, maybe 1 carb, 2 at the very most per serving of fat-free ketchup or barbecue sauce or some kind of sauce that we can or I can mix and give us a little bit extra flavor to our meat meals, or make us feel like we're having some Italian meatballs with some fat-free ketchup and a little hint of soy sauce and some oregano and basil and garlic. Make some fantastic meatballs. It may cause us to not drop the pounds quite as quickly as strict carnivores, but everybody on their carnivore journey has to do, I think, what they feel comfortable with and what you feel like will be sustainable to you in the long run. There's no use in me doing it and feeling so deprived of, some meatballs that taste Italian. I don't really like using the pork rinds so far. I may before it's over with for crust, for bread, as a filler in meatballs. I'd rather just throw a little bit of cheese in there and bake them in the oven about 10 minutes. But I will continue and will be editing more and getting more familiar with sharing my content. I'm not very good at that, but I hope to continue, Bart and I, sharing information with you guys on our carnivore journey to better health more than anything, and weight loss goals as we go through this almost carnivore. See you later.